Alright, shalom, all praises be unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rechach Wadash. Double honors unto the elder apostles and the elder bishops at Great Millstone who rule well and who taught us his truth. Shalom unto the 144,000 and the rest of the elect. This is just a quick one here. Thou shalt not bear false witness applies to the doctrine too. Okay. This is the book of Exodus chapter 20. And it's where like the summary of the law, a couple of verses in this chapter deals with the summary of the law known as the 10 commandments. Okay, there's more than 10 commandments, where it concerns the Torah, there's about 613 commandments. Now there's other commands there's other commands within the scripture, so really, you could say there's more, but where it concerns the written law within the Torah scroll, there's about 613 of those. All right, but like any legal document, you have a summary. If the legal document is extensive, you usually have a summarized, shorter version so that anyone at a glance can get the gist of what the deeper content of the document is pertaining to or about. Or the 10 commandments, as it were, is the summarized version of the whole law. Okay. In fact, I'll read it. This is the book of chapter. Wow, I'm getting a little bit excited. Salakia. The book of Exodus. Okay. Chapter 20. And I'll start from verse 2. Well, I'll start from verse 1, and it says, And the Most High spake all these words, saying, I am the Lord power, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Now, to set the tone, this is King Marshal on Mount Sinai, and a chariot had come down, and the laser beam was writing the commandments in the rock, as it were, and then carved it out into 2 tables of stone, which were the 10 commandments, man. Okay. And for history's sake, these weren't the commandments that were put into the Ark of the Covenant. Moses broke these in rage and anger when he saw the people reveling and involving in idol worship, and he went back up a second time and wrote them himself, right? But the first initial tablets of stone, the 2 tablets of stone, were written, if you've watched that movie, the 10 Commandments, written with the finger of God, by the laser beam, man. To get technical, it was really Yahushai representing the Father, which was in that chariot, but he was representing the Father, Yahweh. So it says, I am the Lord Yahweh thy power, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image, or any likeness, or anything that is in heaven above, or anything that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them, for I, the Lord Yahweh thy power, am a jealous power, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the sons unto the 3rd and 4th generation of them that hate me, and shewing mercy unto thousands of them that love me, and keep my commandments. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy power in vain. And they can make a whole lesson out of that. For the Lord Yahweh will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain. Remember the Shabbat day to keep it holy. 6 days thou shalt labor and do all thy work, but the 7th day is the Shabbat unto the Lord Yahweh thy power. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, nor thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. For in 6 days, which is the 6,000 years of creation, a day is 1,000 years, 1,000 years is a day. I believe Peter tells us that. For in 6 days the Lord power made, or the Yahweh, which was really, he gave the blueprint unto the Alachayim, Yahushai and the angels, or the first fruits, the elect, made the heaven and the earth, the sea, and all that is in them, and rested on the 7th day, which is that 7,000th year. Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. Honor thy father and thy mother. Notice it says father first, In this world, it's all about the moms. Anyhow, honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord power giveth thee. Thou shalt not kill, which is the taking of life unjustly. Okay, really the word there is murder. When you get into the Hebrew, the taking of life unjustly is murder, but killing is justified under certain circumstances under the law. But really it should be thou shalt not murder. Okay, could get into the Hebrew for that. Thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. Okay, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's. Alright? And you can continue to read to get, the painting of the picture of the idea of what was going on at Mount Sinai. Now here it says, thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. People oftentimes, take that as, well, don't lie amongst, on your Israelite brother and sister, which is indeed a truth. But have we considered that our neighbor are the prophets of old? We believe that the prophets are back here again doing their work. But have we considered that the neighbor or our neighbors are the prophets of old who wrote, back then it was to write it down, but now they're back to break it down, essentially the word what the prophets got was from the Lord, man. Okay, so incorrect doctrine is bearing false witness. What are you saying? Essentially what you're saying is, when you teach the wrong thing, is that the Lord said something that he didn't say. So this is the importance of getting the doctrine correct. Okay, it's important, and the Spirit has it where, from the apostles on down, elders and brothers are homing in on this topic quite heavily recently. The doctrine is of utmost importance. When you get the doctrine wrong and start preaching the wrong thing, what you're really doing is bearing false witness against thy neighbor in the form of the prophets, all right, and in the bearing false witness, most importantly, against the Lord power, man. Okay, the Most High. We can get that in Ezekiel, the Give me 1 second. It's lucky I'm scrolling, not even looking. Ezekiel, the 13th chapter. Okay, and it says, thus, verse 3, thus saith the Lord power, woe unto the foolish prophets that follow their own spirit and have seen nothing. Okay, only a fool engages in lies, because it gives them more brain work to do. It gives them more strenuous work to do. You see, the thing with lying is that you have to remember the previous lie to tell the next lie. Because if the previous lie, if what you're about to say doesn't match up with the previous lie, you're going to look stupid. Okay, but prophecy is that factor. Prophecy is the thorn in the flesh to false prophets, man. Because prophecy is saying one thing and the false prophets are saying another. Prophecy being lived out is saying one thing and the false prophets are saying another. So really and truly, prophecy itself, the living out of prophecy itself is a thorn in the flesh to false prophets that follow after their own spirit and have seen nothing. Okay, verse 6, they have seen vanity and lying divination. Okay, they're lying. Thou shalt not bear false witness, man, saying the Lord saith, and the Lord hath not sent them. And they have made others to hope that they would confirm the word. So what false prophets are doing, aka people that push less than 100% truth in any of its forms, okay, you're lying against the Lord, man. All right. And that's the one factor that they do not consider. That teaching of false doctrine is lying against the Lord, is bearing false witness against the Most High. All right. So you would behoove you, all right, you people out there who teach incorrect things, it would behoove you to consider this point very quickly and very soberly, and change if that's the Lord's portioned for you before the time is out, man. Before time is up, because, you know, you don't want to be lying against the Most High, man. What the hell do you think is going to happen to you? Okay? Have you considered that incorrect doctrine is bearing false witness against the Most High?